Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech, protected.
Oh my goodness. Oh my Grandma Kitty, where did you leave your car keys now? You spend an awful lot of time looking for your car keys. You are such a forgetful old lady. I think you would lose your head if it wasn't attached. Yep. Thank goodness that's still here. But where did the car keys go? Oh my. Never mind the car keys. Where's the car? Oh, I'm sure I left it parked in the driveway. Where did it go? Oh my goodness, I need to call the cops. Oh, hello there. Welcome to Grandma Kitty's house, and I'm Grandma Kitty, of course, but right now I feel more like a nervous Nellie. I was looking for my car keys, but then I looked out the window, and my car's gone, so I need to call the cops. That's another name for the police, so hold on. Can you hold on just a second? I've got to give them a call. Hello? Hello, police? Oh, yes. This is Grandma Kitty. I need to report a missing car. Yeah, it's my missing car. Oh, it's missing from my front yard. Yes, I left it out in my driveway, and it seems to be missing. It's gone. Could you please send an officer over right away? Where do I live? Well, I live at Grandma Kitty's house, of course. You'll send someone over right away? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my. Oh, they said they'd send someone over right away. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. What can we do while we wait? Read a story? Oh, very good idea. Very good idea. I love to read stories, and that will help keep my mind occupied while we wait for the police officer to arrive. And look what we have here. We have Officer Buckle and Gloria. Well, this is a very appropriate story for today, it sounds like. This was written by Peggy Rathman. So let's read this while we wait for our officer to arrive. So, Officer Buckle knew more safety tips than anyone else in Knappville. Every time he thought of a new one, he thumbtacked it to his bulletin board. Safety tip number 77, never stand on a swivel chair. That sounds very dangerous, doesn't it? Officer Buckle shared his safety tips with the students at Knappville School. Nobody ever listened. Sometimes there was snoring. Afterward, it was business as usual. Mrs. Topple, the principal, took down the welcome banner. Never stand on a swivel chair, said Officer Buckle, but Mrs. Topple didn't hear him. I hope she doesn't fall. That sounds dangerous. Then one day, Knappville's police department bought a police dog named Gloria. When it was time for Officer Buckle to give the safety speech at the school, Gloria went along. Children, this is Gloria, announced Officer Buckle. Gloria obeys my commands. Gloria, sit. And Gloria sat. Officer Buckle gave safety tip number 1, keep your shoelaces tied. The children sat up and stared. Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting at attention. She was. Safety tip number 2, said Officer Buckle, always wipe up spills before someone slips and falls. The children's eyes popped. Officer Buckle checked on Gloria again. Good dog, he said. Officer Buckle thought of a safety tip he had discovered this morning. Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. The audience roared. See Gloria here? She's jumping up in the air. Officer Buckle grinned. He said the rest of the tips with plenty of expression. The children clapped their hands and cheered. Some of them laughed until they cried. Officer Buckle was surprised. He had never noticed how funny safety tips could be. After this safety speech, there wasn't a single accident. The next day, an enormous envelope arrived at the police station. It was stuffed with thank you letters from the students at Knappville School. Every letter had a drawing of Gloria on it. Officer Buckle thought the drawing showed a lot of imagination. His favorite letter was written on a star-shaped piece of paper. It said, you and Gloria make a good team. Your friend Claire. P.S. I always wear a crash helmet. Safety tip number 7. Officer Buckle was thumbtacking Claire's letter to his bulletin board when the phone started ringing. Grade schools, high schools, and daycare centers were calling about the safety speech. Officer Buckle, they said, our students want to hear your safety tips, and please bring along that police dog. Officer Buckle told his safety tips to 313 schools. Everywhere Gloria went, children sat up and listened. After every speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria out for ice cream. Officer Buckle loved having a buddy. Then one day, a television news team videotaped Officer Buckle in the State College auditorium. When he finished safety tip number 99, do not go swimming during electrical storms, the students jumped to their feet and applauded. Look at Gloria here. Bravo, bravo, they cheered. Officer Buckle bowed again and again. That night, Officer Buckle watched himself on the 10 o'clock news. The next day, the principal of Knappville School telephoned the police station. Good morning, Officer Buckle. It's time for our safety speech. Officer Buckle frowned. I'm not giving any more speeches. Nobody looks at me anyway. Oh, said Mrs. Topple. Well, how about Gloria? Could she come? Someone else from the police station gave Gloria a ride to the school. Gloria sat on stage looking lonely. Then she fell asleep. So did the audience. After Gloria left, Knappville School had its biggest accident ever. It started with a puddle of banana pudding. Splat, splatter, sploosh. Everyone slid smack into Mrs. Topple, who screamed and let go of her hammer. Looks like they all went crashing. The next morning, a pile of letters arrived at the police station. Every letter had a drawing of the accident. Officer Buckle was shocked. At the bottom of the pile was a note written on a paper star. Officer Buckle smiled. The note said, Gloria missed you yesterday. Your friend Claire. P.S. Don't worry, I was wearing my helmet. Safety tip number 7. Gloria gave Officer Buckle a big kiss on the nose. See, dogs kiss with their tongue. Officer Buckle gave Gloria a nice pat on the back. Then Officer Buckle thought of his best safety tip yet. Safety tip number 101, always stick with your buddy. Oh, I like that story. That's a good story about teamwork, huh? And having a buddy, because Officer Buckle was kind of boring by himself and Gloria was kind of boring by herself, but together they made a great team. So, oh, it looks like our officer is here. Oh, come on in, officer. Oh, let's see, we have Officer Rawling here.
Hi, Grandma Kitty.
Hi there. I knew your name because it's right on your uniform.
Yes, that's so everybody can identify us.
Yeah. So I'm missing my car. I left it in my driveway, but I looked out the window and you probably noticed when you came up the sidewalk that there's no car out there. So my keys are missing, but that's nothing unusual. We play hide and seek all the time. But my car, oh my goodness. Well, so while you're here, before you go look for my car, I thought, maybe it would be good if you shared some things with my friends about the things you do in our community. Are there things that you can tell us? I'm sure there's a lot of things we don't even know about.
I can. We do a lot of crime prevention work, which is locking up your car and your home and making sure your windows are shut and locked and your basement is closed up.
Oh, I wonder, maybe I forgot to lock my car. Maybe that's why it's missing.
Could be.
Yeah? So what else do police officers do?
We do a lot of stopping cars for speeding.
Oh, that's when you get to turn on your lights and your siren and chase the bad guys?
We do. Yeah. They're not necessarily bad guys, but they're just, mines are usually in other places rather than what the speed limit says.
Oh, yeah, I can understand that. My mine's usually in other places too.
We make other motor vehicle stops too. We investigate crimes and we investigate neighborhood disputes.
So a crime would be like, well, if somebody stole my car, that's a crime, right? It's really good to know that the police are there for us to help us with any problem we might have. So it must make you feel good to be a police officer.
I'm glad we can be here to help. It's a rewarding feeling to help people in the community.
I'm sure, yeah. So what else do you do? What other type of police work?
Oh, we assist victims of crimes. We do public order maintenance. There's lots of other things we do. We help out with parades and funerals and games and special events, any activity or event where there will be a lot of people around. We help with traffic issues, Grandma Kitty,
yeah,
and
yeah.
try to help keep the peace in case anyone gets unruly.
I can see it. My father was a police officer, and I can remember when I was a child and we went to the annual parade. My dad would be out there in the middle of the road with his uniform on, and he'd be telling the cars where to go, and I was always so proud of him. And you know that's quite a job. You can stand there and tell people where to go and get away with it. Not
Yes, you
many
can.
jobs you can do that.
That's true.
So, no, are there other times when you get to use your lights and your sirens and drive fast?
Absolutely. When there's an emergency response, we respond to the emergency calls, like when there's a fire or an ambulance call. Police need to be there to help in emergency situations like that.
I bet. And probably makes you feel pretty special to be able to use your lights and sirens, right?
I guess I would say it makes me feel pretty important, yes.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
I'm responding to a person in need, and I'm anxious to get there so I can help them out with whatever problem they are dealing with. But it's kind of fun to drive with lights and sirens on.
I bet. Oh, maybe I should have been a police officer. oh, no, I'm probably much better staying home and baking cookies.
Police officers do like cookies.
Oh, they do. I thought police officers like donuts.
Oh yes, they like donuts too.
Oh, they do. Well, I'll tell you what. If you find my missing car, I'll make some donuts for you in your whole headquarters. How does that sound?
That sounds awesome.
Oh, all right. That sounds like a deal. So, all right. But before you go look for my car, is there anything else you want to tell us about police work?
Just that we do a lot of community policing, which means that we work closely with the residents in our town in a professional way. We talk about problems that people might be having or concerns in their neighborhood and try to come up with ideas and solutions for their problems.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I can see where that's an important role, something important to do.
Yeah, we also try to be more visible and accessible to the public so people aren't afraid to come up and talk to us.
That's good.
They know we're here when they need help. We go into schools and we teach programs about drug abuse, so kids will know the dangers of using drugs. And sometimes we will go and have lunch with them in the cafeteria.
Oh, yeah.
The best days are pizza days.
Oh, I bet.
We also work closely with victims and witness services to help victims get emotional support and the help they might need to get through their situation. We tell people to learn their phone number, make sure you know
that's
your
important.
address where you live in case you ever need help and have to dial 911. And of course, we always encourage everyone to wear their seatbelt.
Oh, yes, that's a very important one. Well, I did not realize that police officers do so much in the community.
Well, you didn't think we just sat around and ate donuts all day, did you, Grandma Kitty?
Well, no, I guess not. But I guess I just never really thought about it before. But you sure have shared a lot of valuable information with us. So now, do you think that maybe you could go take a look around and see if you can find some evidence and see if maybe you can figure out what happened to my car?
I would love to go check that out for you, Grandma Kitty.
Well, thank you so much. You can use the side exit over there, and if you don't find anything evidence out in the yard, you can just check the garage too.
Okay.
So, all right. Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. So, well, I think that we have time to do some move and groove. So why don't we hop up and see what we have here. Now, last time we did move and groove, remember Bartley Bear was here to help me out. So, oh, here we go. Okay, hop up off the couch and get ready to move and groove with me. day we get to breathe. You're the reason for anything that lasts, every second chance, every laugh. Life is so sweet. You're the reason for every good thing, 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 every good thing. Oh, how did you do? Remember I told Bartley Bear last time that there's no right or wrong way to move and groove. It's just important to get up and move and make your heart pump, because your heart just loves it when it beats fast. So just important to get up and move and groove. So, all right. So let's see what we have in our bee basket. Now remember that our bee basket, that's the things we want to be, right? The things that'll help us to be a better person. And so this is the things we want to be. All right, let's see what we have in here. Oh, would you look at that? This is the most appropriate bee, isn't it? Be safe. Remember, Officer Buckle in our story was talking about be safe, being safe, and he had all kinds of safety tips, right? So, oh, you know what? He's got some safety tips in the front and the back of the book that I thought maybe we could go through. Very helpful things for us to know. So, all right, let's see what we have here. He's got all these little stars. Remember his friend Claire, when she would send him a message, she put it on a star piece of paper. So he's got some stars here. I'm not going to read them all because there's too many, but I'll read you a few. This one says, say no to drugs. Oh, that is a very important safety tip. Do you know what drugs do to you? They do funny things to your brain, and then you don't think right, and so then you might do things that you don't mean to do. So it's very important to stay away from drugs. I mean, if your doctor prescribes it, that's okay, but if he didn't prescribe it, don't take it, because it might make your brain do some funny things. So, how about here? Never accept rides from strangers, and I know you can't see it, but it's a dog catcher, and he's trying to catch Gloria, and Gloria's running away. That's pretty funny, huh? So never take rides from strangers. A stranger is anybody you don't know. So if a stranger stops while you're walking down the road and they say, hey, would you like a ride? I can give you a ride. If you don't know them, just say, oh, no, thank you. I'm almost home. So I don't need a ride. Thank you anyway. And just make sure you don't get in the car with a stranger, because you don't know whether a stranger is a good person or a bad person. So it's best not to take a ride from a stranger. Let's see. Never take other people's medicine. And that shows Gloria looking very sick. Yeah. So my grandson one time took somebody else's medicine, and he ended up in the hospital for a weekend. And he was a very sick boy. So it's very important to not take someone else's medicine. Never play with matches. Poor Gloria's tail is on fire. That's dangerous too. You could burn the house down, and then you wouldn't have a place to live. So that's important to remember. Oh, how about this one? Never tilt your chair back on two legs. Gloria did, and look, she tipped over. Yeah, so if you tip your chair back on two legs, you could fall back and bang your head, and that would not feel good. So that's a good thing to remember. All right, let's see what we have back here. We've got look both ways before you cross the street. Don't look just one way and think that it's good and cross. You've got to make sure you look both ways, because there might be a car coming this way and not this way. So you've got to look both ways, because you don't want to get run over. That would be very painful. Never play alone in the car. Oh, that's important. This one, Gloria is alone in the police car, and it's taking off. So that's what could happen if you were in a car by yourself. It might come out of park, and you might go rolling away and crash. And so never play alone in the car, because that's a dangerous thing to do. Here, buckle your seatbelt. Remember, Officer Rawling was telling us about buckle your seatbelt. That's very important too. You want to make sure you buckle your seatbelt. Oh, stay away from guns. Oh yes, I mean toy guns if you're playing police officer, but real guns. Oh, make sure you stay away from real guns, because they are very dangerous, and you don't want to hurt yourself or somebody else. No, not at all. And stay away from cigarettes. Do you know what cigarettes do? They make you sick. Yeah, they make you not feel well. Here's Gloria. Gloria is holding her stomach like she just doesn't feel well. So it's best to stay away from cigarettes. And he's got some other ones here too, but we're not going to go through all of them. I think that's good. I think that gives you a good idea of what it means to be safe, right? You need to think things through and make sure that you're safe, all right? So then remember also in our bee basket we have believe in yourself. Remember, you have a lot of good things inside of you, a lot of talents and abilities. So you just got to believe in your talent and ability, believe in yourself, and know that you got a lot of good things that you can offer to people and offer to the world to help make the world a better place. Kindness is a good thing. Kindness can change the world. So just believe in yourself and know that you have a lot of good things inside of you. So, all right, let's see. Oh, here comes Officer Rawling. Oh my goodness, she's coming back already. Oh, how did you
Grandma
do?
Kitty.
Hi, did you find anything? Any evidence or anything?
Not only did I find some evidence, Grandma Kitty, but I actually found your car.
You found my car? Oh, she is good, isn't she? She was really fast. How did you find it so fast?
Oh, it wasn't too difficult. It was parked in your garage.
In my garage. Oh my goodness, Grandma Kitty is feeling a little bit foolish right now. Oh, I knew that I was a forgetful old lady, but I didn't know I was that
I
forgetful.
even found your keys.
Oh, and look, she found my car keys too. And where did you find those?
Oh, I found your car keys. They were in the ignition of your car, Grandma Kitty.
My
And it's a
goodness.
good thing you remembered to lock the garage. Someone could have stolen it.
Oh my goodness, well, it's a good thing I remembered did something right and locked the garage. Oh my goodness, I just feel so silly. I guess I should have looked a little bit better, a little bit more thoroughly before I called the police, but oh, well, at least I remembered to lock the garage. And well, I really appreciate your help, Officer Rawling.
Not a problem, Grandma Kitty.
Well, thank you for coming, and next time I promise I'll be more careful and look before I call. But it was good to know that the police are here. So you take care, and thanks so much for coming. So.
Not a problem, Grandma Kitty. You take care too.
Okay.
Oh, don't forget the donuts, Grandma Kitty.
Oh, the donuts.
A deal is a deal.
That's right. A deal is a deal. I did say if Officer Rawling found my car, I'd make donuts. So, well, thank you so much, Officer Rawling. Well, I think that maybe I need to get busy. It sounds like I have a job to do. She found my car, and the deal was if she found my car, I would make her some donuts. And, well, I feel a little bit foolish for having called the police when it was parked right in my garage. Silly Grandma Kitty. So, next time, before I call the police, I think I'll just look around a little bit more carefully so I don't have to feel so silly. But it's so good to know that the police are there when we need them, don't you think? I'm just so glad to know that when you have a problem, you can just pick up your phone and call the police, and they'll send somebody right over to help you. Officer Rawling told us all the things that the police officers do to help us. And it's just so good to know that they are there to help us. So, and it was so nice of Officer Rawling to come to my assistance. But now I guess I better get busy because I have donuts I have to make. So I think that I better get busy and make the donuts so that I can have donuts for Officer Rawling and her headquarters. That's what the police station is called, the headquarters. So I guess if you'll excuse me, I'll get right to work and get busy and make some donuts. So you take care. You stay healthy, safe, and happy. And Grandma Kitty will see you next time. Bye-bye.